every single time. And like I said, you could go back to habeas corpus, back to the Magna Charta. You go back to King Charles II. You go back, I believe that was 1679. Or you could go to the Judiciary Acts of 1873 and 1874 and 5. But it's pretty simple. With all the habeas corpus, the folks have to, the accuser has to come into the court, and they're saying, no, I don't see anything about that. It's like, oh, you see where I could actually find it word for word for you. And I'll make it simple. There you go. The Habeas Corpus Act was passed in the reign of Charles II and defined a provision of similar character in Magna Charta. The Act provides, 1, that any man taken to a prison can insist that the person who charges him with the crime shall bring him bodily before a judge and state the why and wherefore of his detention. As soon as this is done, the judge is to decide whether or not the accused is to be admitted bail. No one, therefore, can be imprisoned on mere suspicion, and no one can be left in prison an indefinite time at the caprice of the powers that be. Like, say if you were put into the dungeon by a lord or a knight or a squire of a certain little village or a little hamlet or a little castle, you still have the right as one of the kings or the queen's subjects to be brought before Queen's Bench or King's Bench. So, like I said, that was rule number 1. It said that number 2, it provides that every person accused of a crime shall have the question of his guilt decided by a jury of 12 men. Number 3, no prisoner can be tried for a second time for the same charge. Every prisoner can insist of being examined within 20 days of his arrest. No defendant is to be sent to prison without beyond the seas of the British domains. That's British. You can. And it says right here, the exact meaning of the word habeas corpus is that you are to produce the body, that is, the accuser, is to bring before the judge the body of the accused, that he may be tried and receive the award of the court, and that you, the accused, are to abide by the award of the judge. So number 6 is pretty well explained. It says you are to produce the body. So the you is the state, or the government, whatever, is supposed to produce the body. They can't hold you indefinitely. They have to charge you formally, charged with a crime. So everybody knows that the rules are that if somebody's charging you with doing wrong, you have the right to cross-examine your accuser. The plaintiff must always appear. You can just Google that. If you don't believe me, just Google, quote-unquote, the plaintiff must appear. And you'll see about 10 million hits. And then you can try to Google, quote-unquote, the defendant must appear. And you'll see, like, no hits. Because it's an ancient law that's been going on since way before the Bible, that any man had the right to meet his accuser in an open court, in an open forum, before the people in this community. It's called a custom. Custom is the law of this land. This is a common law land. And to make things real simple like that with a common law land, I heard on Angela's call that somebody was saying that common law is incredibly complicated. And I just laughed because common law has no statutory basis. So what they're saying, if it's in the statute, it's written down and it's rigid. It's embedded. It's written down, it's in stone, it's etched. So common law has no statutory basis. It's not written down. The customs of the people rule. And it says the judges, like the jury, is supposed to establish the common law through written opinions that are binding on future decisions of lower courts. So what they're trying to say is, like, what did we used to do? How did we used to solve these problems? Did somebody write it down somewhere? It's like, what did we used to do? Oh, this is what we used to do? Okay, thanks a lot. And that's how you guys get the Bible. It's hey, is somebody going to make a list of rules? Because what, the Bible has 613 commandments. So, but we basically just concentrate on our top 10. But like I said, all that common law nonsense I heard that other guy, the other day saying, oh, no, equity, equity's a lot better to do. And I had Bill, I was hoping Bill could have got me quicker, but he couldn't get me quick enough. And I would have loved to go around with that guy, because what the man was trying to say was common law. It was a legalese system. It wasn't the customs of the people. You actually had a lawyer, you had a solicitor, you had an advocate, or whatever you had over there in merry old England. And it said right here, this is how it would work. The plaintiff first stated the claim in a declaration, and then the defendant answered in a plea, and then the plaintiff was permitted to respond with a replication. Then came the defendant's rejoinder. Then the plaintiff filed a surjoinder, and then the defendant made a rebuttal, and then the plaintiff made a surrebuttal. Okay, so what this is telling me is these guys in merry old England were really bored out of their minds, and they came up with these funny, silly words called replication, surjoinder, surrebuttal. It's just ridiculous. That's not how courts would work if you were on Gilligan's Island. It would be the common law, the customs of the people, the customs of that tribe, the customs of whoever. They would not be following replications. I guarantee we go to Serengeti's, or I guarantee if we go to Australia and we meet the Aborigines, I guarantee their common law, whatever they're practicing, has nothing to do with replications, surjoinders, surrebuttals. Has nothing to do with any of that nonsense. I'm sure they just have the guy who's accusing the other guy of doing wrong. They sit around in a little circle, and everybody says up or down, whether or not they find any merit in the accuser's case. But see, this is what this ridiculous is. When I hear these people on Angela's calls, I know that they're some sort of a lawyer, or I know they're some sort of trying to make money. They're trying to get you folks involved with studying all kinds of nonsense. And because like this is what the typical guy would say, like on that Angela show, says the system of common law pleading eventually became so encrusted with requirements and risks that actions were won or lost on the fine points of pleading rather than on the merits of the party's case. That's what I'm saying. This is English common law. Okay, now I guarantee I can make call common law so freaking complicated that if you put a semicolon in a place where a colon belongs, I'm going to really say, oh, you know what? Your case has no merit because, you know what, you did the punctuation wrong. So, like I said, that would be common to my courts. What I would like to live by, and all my people within my little district of society, that's how we would decide how we are going to live. And that's how we're going to decide our court cases. But, like I said, that nonsense I hear on the Angela show, everybody's saying common law is so difficult. It's ridiculous how simple it is. You just say one man makes a claim that another man did it wrong, the other man either answers yes or no, or he makes an answer by like what you folks got confused for so many years with a 12b6. And all a 12b6 is like, yes, but I have mitigating circumstances, or I have a loophole, or there's a technicality that I believe that I could get away with doing you wrong, because technically X, Y, and Z. So, like I said, I just wanted to get that out of the way. And then the other thing I want to talk about tonight, I really, I did habeas corpus real quick. There's nothing to it. Everybody knows the plaintiff must appear. And, but like I said, if they have you under their jurisdiction and their control in their administrative court, nope, it's whatever their rules that they decide. So this is wholly under common law. So if you don't know how to move it onto the other side of the court, that's not my problem. And you guys have to learn how to do that. What was the